Welcome back. This is Mr. Rio, and it's our final week of the semester. It's the end of the school year. So we're going to do one final lesson today. I'm going to do a tutorial. And I thought, let's see, we're doing internet, we're doing Google. What can we do that would not only be an important skill to learn, but actually kind of fun and you might find quite useful, to say the least. And I thought, how about have them make websites? Actual websites, real ones that'll be on the web. So that's what we're going to do today. I'm going to show you how to make a website. And this is a practice one, but you can make real ones if you want. Even this practice one we're making today, if you want to substitute in some pictures and content that I'm doing to do a topic that you want to make an actual website about, that's okay, as long as it's school appropriate. But without further ado, let's go ahead and continue. We've been talking about internet and Google, and we talked about internet and the web and web searching and some of those types of things. There's several ways you can get to Google Sites. We're going to be using Google Sites, which is part of the Google apps, just like Doc and YouTube and Slides and other things that we use. So you can go to your Drive and then go and find Google Sites that way. What I'm going to do here is I'm on the Google search page, the main page. And I'm in Chrome. I recommend using Chrome for Google Sites, even though it should work in other web browsers. And I'm already logged into my school Google account here. And this is called the waffle next to my login here. So I click that to see Google Apps. Now, before we go to sites, mine happens to be up top. Yours may not be. Let's just take a little look around here. We have Google Search. We have Google Classroom. We have Google Photos, a great way to save and organize your photos. I use Google Photos in addition to Apple's Photos. We have Gmail, which our school email is not Gmail, so don't try using that with your Google account. Or, matter of fact, it may not even appear when you're logged in to your school account. But if you have a personal Gmail account separate from the school account, that's Gmail. Google has a great calendar a lot of people like. I personally use a different calendar, but that's there for people who want to use it. Docs, of course, you're familiar with. Drive, you're familiar with. Sheets is basically their version of Excel. So if the basics we covered in Excel, you should be able to use those just fine in Sheets. Maybe some minor variations. Slides we've already used quite a bit. I'm not going to go into groups right now. Honestly, I haven't used it, so I'd have to look more into that for, I'm guessing, collaborating. YouTube, of course, is a Google account, and you could upload videos to there and use that. Contacts is just organizing all your contacts through Google. Google Plus, I heard they were going to phase out. That was kind of their version of Facebook that basically went nowhere. And Google Meet, I may be posting this week on our Google Classroom. I'd like to try that out. Now, if I try it out, it's not going to be a regular lesson. It's just going to be for fun. So I'll probably put up a link sometime this week, and we'll give it a try so we can meet online. I understand not everyone may be able to be there. I might put a couple different times to try it out, but it'd be fun to try out to see how it works. And that's for online, basically having a meeting or collaborating or whatever online. Okay, so one way you can get to Google Sites is here. So you can find Google Sites, and you click on it, and it brings us to Google Sites. What is Google Sites? It's their app for making websites. Now, you don't have to know anything about web design. You don't have to know HTML. You don't have to know CSS. There's templates. It's very easy to use. It's also limited. If you're going to get serious into web design, you want to probably do some other methods. But if you just got to put together a basic website that's got enough tools to do what you need to do, this is really easy to learn and it's free. So I make some sites in here sometime for things that I need to do. Now, I don't know how your view will first be when it comes up. Mine brings me to this old version first. I don't know why, because there was a newer version. But I can click here and go to the new Google Sites. So if yours comes up in this here where you see new Google Sites as an option, click on the new Google Sites. We don't want to use the old one. They just changed it over this past year. The new one's nicer to work with. There's no point in learning the old one because I'm sure it's going to be phased out soon. So if you have this option here, go to New Google Sites. If you're already in a view, maybe something like this, then you're probably already in the New Google Sites. Now, when mine happens to go bring me to my drive, because Sites, just like Docs, is in your drive and with your apps. So I can see other ones that I've already made. Here's one that I made. I may show you later. I made for the staff. But for right now, I'm just going to go to a blank one. So you can just click blank. It may take a moment to open up. And if yours comes up like mine, hopefully it does, you should have a blank page. You got a top section up here. It says Untitled Site. Enter site name. There's a bunch of tools here we'll be starting to go over here momentarily for making your site. Now at this time, this is just a one-page site. There's nothing on here but a basic layout template. Now, like I said, I'm going to take you through one I'm going to make about Harper Creek High School. I've already edited some pictures over here in a folder. Or open that up. I've already got some pictures together. If you want to go find some pictures of Harper Creek High School, I may share these too on the lesson. You can use any pictures you want like this. Now, if you want to make one on a different topic, maybe you've been on a vacation, you want to do this lesson using your vacation pictures or something else that you're interested in or have pictures of, that's okay. As long as you cover the criteria of the number of pages and some text and pictures and links and things like that, you do not have to do the same topics. Obviously, you're probably not going to use the same pictures, though maybe you will. If I share them with you, which I probably will, and you choose to put the same pictures in the same location, that's okay. So without further ado, this is just my folder of pictures there. Just like with Google Slides, and that you can also search the web from within this to add pictures. Now, for the first thing we're going to do is pick a theme. So over here on the right, we have Insert, which we'll come to later. That's to put stuff on our page. We have the pages. So if I click on that, right now there's only one page called Home. And if you add other pages, this is where they will be. And then we have themes. And these are pre-designed layouts. And pretty much in Google Sites, you pick a theme. So you start with, like even this theme that I have here, I can pick a different color for it. So if I want to try a different color, I can pick a different layout, like here. And then within this layout, I can pick different color options. And I'm going to go through these here. You can try them yourself. And you can pick whatever theme you want. Even if you do the same topic I do, you do not have to pick the same theme. Okay, so if you want to try a different theme, different color, different combination, that's okay. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and I'll do Aristotle here. And I already picked a little different color. Now they got here, you can pick font colors, there's different settings. As you click around here, part of this is just to have some fun with it. Try some different things out. I can do a classic text. I could do bold. And again, you do not have to do the same text that I do. Okay, I just want you to know you got some options here you can pick from. Okay, for this one here, I'm doing a Harper Creek theme. Like I said, if you want to do another theme, that's okay, as long as you do more or less the same types of things. So I'm going to do Harper Creek High School. Okay, now as you notice when I type that, it's in a box. I can drag this box here if I want it to be wider maybe. And of course I got a little typo fix. I could highlight this text. I don't know if I need to highlight to click up here, but I can take the bold off or put it back on. I can make it italic or not. I have some other options up here. I could change styles here if I want to try a different style. Since this is big, I may as well leave the big title. And then when I'm done with that, I can just deselect. And you might say, what about lots of other features? Like I want to change the text color in that. It doesn't have features for everything you're going to want to do. So don't worry about that. Just do the best you can. Now up here for the untitled site, I'm going to put Rio CompLit HCHS. And again, if you want to give it a little different name, that's okay. This would be a great place to put your name in there, or last name, or initials, or something like that. So that's a start right there. Now I have a page. I'm still in the themes here. So being I already picked a theme, I'm going to flip back over to Insert and go here. And first thing I'm going to do here is put in a text box. So I'm going to click this here, and it automatically put a box across here. Now it's got some options here for editing. I'm just going to leave the default options for now. And I'm going to put the website of Harper Creek High School. Mr. Rio's CompLit class. May 2020. And again, if you got some clever idea, some other text to put in there, that's fine. I'm going to center this. Okay, I'm going to highlight this here. I'm going to see what it looks like bold. It's a little bit thicker bold. I'm going to try out the italic. If you like it, leave it. If you don't, change it. I could turn this into a link, but we'll do that with some other stuff. I could clear the formatting. I could delete the whole thing I'm working on right now. More editing options. Well, I could go in and do some code. I'm not going to do that. And they have a strike through option, so neither of those I really need to do. Okay, what does that do? Okay. Now over here, within this box here, this is the outer box of this here, I got some options here. I could change some things here. It changes some background fills and so forth. So you can also delete it if you want to get rid of it for some reason. And these sections can be moved around once you make some other stuff. Now, next thing I'm going to do here, covering just basics, that was a basic text box. We want to bring in some images. So I'm going to click Images here. Now, I'm going to go to Upload because mine are on my computer. Now, if you go to Select, you can go in and do a Google image search, just like we did in Slides, or maybe you did in Docs before, and you could go ahead and get your images that way. Here I'm doing an image search for Harper Creek High School. And you'll find a bunch of pictures. You want to use some of these, that's okay. Of course, some of these that come up, I'm not sure why they're affiliated with Harper Creek High School. I find the search through here is never as good as just doing a normal Google search, which means you'd open up another browser window and search Google. And if you do want to do that, go and open a new window to do it, like this. Don't try to, if you try to do it here, your sites will go away. So you probably want to leave that window open separate. But let's say you did find something in here that you liked. Looks like there's a band picture here. And you click that, and you click Insert. Wait a moment. And I thought it would show up by now. Not quite sure what's going on. Maybe it's a little slow. Okay, I don't know why it did not show up. I've done that before. But I'm going to go to Upload. And I'm going to go to my folder called HCHS Pics, which is the one here on my desktop. And for the front here, I have to decide now what picture do I want to use. Maybe the entrance to the football field. Oh, that's a nice picture. Now your picture comes in like this. I could resize it. Maybe I want it really big. I'm going to click on it. See what options I have here. Now they got an add caption option. Let's see what this does. Okay, it just puts a text box here. I've done in the past where I just went up here and clicked text box and put one under. This is just another way of doing it. But we'll put I just put students at a football game. So I'm going to make it italic so it looks more like a caption. I have to highlight this, click on this. I'm going to center it. I think it looks better as a caption centered. I'm going to deselect, and there's a good start. It's starting to look and feel a little more like a web page. I'm going to click on this, make it slightly bigger. And I notice there's a little grid that appears, so it helps you with alignment. And that picture looks quite good. So there's a good start right there. Now what do I want to put underneath here? I'm going to put another text box. So I'm going to deselect this here so it doesn't try to put it up there. I'm going to click on text box. Now here we're just going to put a couple of sentences. Welcome to Harper Creek High School in Battle Creek, Michigan. HCHS has about 900 students and offers many classes, sports, and extracurricular activities. And I gotta fix some of my typos here. And let's see, we'll add one more sentence here. This is a text box in Google Sites that can be edited anytime. I'm trying to type around a microphone here, so that's why I keep making some typos. Okay. I'm going to put here one last thing. We can add more text for each page later. Now save us a little bit of typing. You got my permission once you make a, let's go ahead and go for 4 sentences. Go ahead and click on that. We're going to do a copy. Now let me do a copy. Do Command C. Well, we'll at least copy the text inside here. Whoops. I just did a Command C and go up to the here, do a copy, and then we can just paste that in so to save us a little bit of typing in this tutorial. Okay, what else can we do here? We'll click underneath here. If you look over here, we can insert images, text box. And you can embed stuff like a YouTube video, which we'll do in a moment. You can go to Google Drive, and that will insert stuff from Google Drive like pictures. They got different pre-made layouts here. We'll maybe try some of that out on another page. We have collapsible text, table of contents, image carousel, buttons, dividers, ones for inserting YouTube. You can put a calendar, a map. This is all Google related, docs, slides, and so on. So there's a lot of stuff you can put in here, a lot, especially Google stuff. Now I'm going to go ahead and scroll down here a little bit. Now what I'm going to do here on purpose, I'm going to click in here and, I was trying to add, what you don't see within this here just below, I put my cursor over, it says add footer just below it. Okay, I just clicked that, so it brought up a footer here. It's not within the window. Unfortunately, I can't resize the window in the middle of the tutorial, but it put one at the bottom. So I'm just going to put copyright. What you can't see, unfortunately, is, and I can't, let me see if I can bring this up a little bit. I really can't. Let's try. Whoop, maybe I'll get it this way. There it is. Okay, had to make the screen a little smaller. What I did here, there was a little thing that was here. It says about inserting a footer. So I clicked it and made a text box down here. And what I did here is I just typed in copyright 2020 MR Inc. Just kind of like if I had a company or something like that. Now I can click on here and I could adjust the size, give it a little different size and look. There you can see it at least a little bit better here. I can click up there and deselect. Now there's a little bit of room in here. One thing I'm going to do here is click in here. I'm going to add a divider. It just puts a line in there. So you have a line. So if you have content on your page and you want to divide it up a little bit, you can put a line in. Very easy to do. And underneath this here, we're going to add a YouTube video. So we're going to click here for YouTube. And let's go to... Whoop. I'm going to do Harper Creek High School HCTV. Let's see if it finds my channel. It brought up videos from there. So I'm going to go through here. We made this cool drone video, Farewell to Seniors. So it's this one right here. No, it's Senior Slideshow. There it is. Okay, so this here we just made last week. I'm going to click on it, click select, and it comes in there in a box. I could resize this. Okay, I can literally move it. So I centered it just by literally moving it. Now if you click around here, you'll see various other types of options you can do. But that's pretty much what I wanted. So I got a little bit of space down here underneath it with a footer. We have a YouTube video. I do want you to put some type of YouTube video on the front page. So what do you do when you make this page? You put in a title. So if you're doing Harper Creek High School, fine. If you want to do another topic, maybe you have photos, you want to do camping, or you want to do something else, a place you visited or something, that's okay. If you do Harper Creek High School, put in Harper Creek High School. Now, you may have a different theme. It may look a little different than mine. You may have a different color scheme. That's all okay. Up here, put in either your name or your initials and CompLit, HCHS, because that's class that you're in. And go ahead and put that up here, too. Okay, so we got your name or initials in here and something about being in CompLit and HCHS. I should have a text box here. And if it is about Harper Creek High School, put the website of Harper Creek High School. Maybe put your name or initials, May 2020. If it's another thing like my trip through the Grand Canyon, and you could put that in. If you want to put when it was happened or whatever, you can do that. Bring in a nice picture here and a caption. Bring in a little mini paragraph here, about 4 sentences. Now, if you want to highlight this, I recommend you do that. Go up and copy it, or do a Command C or a Control C if you're on a Windows computer. And then when we add some to other pages, you can just use the same text, save a little bit of time. We insert a YouTube video here, and this is one of the ways you can do it. And we put a footer in down below. So we got one page done. Okay. Now, a lot of our intro work was that. The other pages will just put a little bit of information on, and obviously if you're making your own site, you can add a whole lot of content to it. Okay, so how do you make a new page? You go over to pages, so that's the over here, and there's a little plus down here. It says new page. So we're going to click new page, and I'm just going to call it HCHS Sports. I'm going to click done, and I now have a new page. It automatically keeps this up here, and it put in the text that I named it, which that's fine. I mean, I could put Harper Creek High School Sports, put Harper Creek High School Athletics. If you want to do that a little bit different than me, that's okay. So we got some basic stuff here. Now for here, I'm going to click down here. And first thing we're going to do, we're going to go back to Insert, is we're going to add, this time we'll try a layout. I'm going to do the second one down here on the left. Okay, now it's got 3 parts to the layout. So I'll click here, and I'm going to upload an image. And I'm going to do, let's see here. Eyes to the football game. So there's an image from a football game. Now I'm going to click here. Do another upload. Whoops, I used the same picture by accident. So I'm going to hit the trash can. Now I'm going to click this. Now I ended up deleting the entire box there, which is what I'm going to do here. We're going to see if here's how to undo it. Okay, I made a mistake. Good time to show you how to undo. You're working in here. You do something. Oh, that's not what I wanted. See up here with this little arrows up here? This is an undo and a redo. So I'm going to do an undo. And then I'm going to do an undo again. So I'm back to this being blank. Now I'm going to click this. Go to upload. Okay, this time I want to put in, I'll put in the entrance. Yes, I know I used it on the other page, but it'll go good on this page. Okay? And then I'm going to click this one here, upload. And I will put the stadium at night. Okay, I'm going to deselect. Now there's a pre-made layout. I filled it with some pictures here. Now I'm going to go ahead and add a text box underneath this. Now I told you already from the first page to save a little bit of time. You can go, if you highlighted that and copied it, you can just paste in the same paragraph. That's okay. Right now we're just focusing on skills. If this was a real website, then of course you type a new original paragraph for there. We'll add another divider in here. So we got another divider here. And I could add videos, pictures, more text. I could add an image carousel. I could add a calendar. There's all kinds of things you can add to this. But I think now you're starting to get a little feel for how this works. Now we're going to go on back to pages. We're going to click the plus. And now this one we're going to call it HCHS Arts. Actually, I'll call it Performing Arts. Okay, so we got HCHS Performing Arts. I'm going to go back to Insert. I'm going to do this layout right here. It's the third one down. Actually, I'll do this one up here. Top one on the right. Okay, this is for two pictures, and you can put some text underneath it. So I'm going to click on this one here, go to Upload, and I'm going to put the marching band. Now I'm going to do another one here, and I'm going to do an upload, and I'm going to put, let's see here, we'll look for the play. So I'm going to put the play. So we got marching band and we got the play. Now I'm going to click here, and I'll just put HCHS marching band. And again, I could highlight this, and they got some options for editing up here. Okay, now I'm going to go here. I'm going to put drama and theater. Now some of you are saying, can you just put one or the other? Well, if you want to, that's okay. Now it says here, click to add text. I could add another text box underneath, maybe explain what it is. If you want to do that, that's fine. I'm just going to leave that as is right now. Now down here underneath this here, we'll go ahead and insert a text box. And like I said before, you can just paste in the text we already did. This would be a good place to add another divider. And again, if you're going to fill this with content, you can put all kinds of content on here. So what do you put on the Performing Arts page? You put your title up here. You put in, now if you want to use a slightly different layout, that's fine, but at least two pictures, and then label them either with a caption or a pre-made title, or bring in a text box. Put in separate from that another text box with the paragraph. Now here's another thing you may not, if you want to do. Say you got this in here and you're like, I don't want it going all the way across. You can drag like this here from either side, and you can move the entire box around. So if you wanted to like do something like that, that's okay. So you have a lot of editing options depending how you want your layout to look. Okay? So if you go over to pages, we now have 3 pages. We're going to add one more. So we're going to put on here a new page. We're going to call it HCHS links. Okay, and we're going to click here. We're going to start by adding some pictures. So again, you can use one of these layouts. You can do a custom layout. There's a variety of things you can do. Just to share something a little bit different, I'm going to do this one here. So I'll go find 3 pictures. Now, if you need to reuse a picture twice, not a big deal. I'm going to click here, go to upload. Let's see here. I'm going to put in, that'd be a good one for over on the left. Here's from the library. And I'm going to click this one here. Here's from the broadcast studio. And then I'm going to click this one here. And here's some students at assembly. So we got, for this page here, I'd like you to put 3 pictures on. They don't have to be the same layout as mine, and put some text with them. So I'm going to put library, can be that simple. Broadcast studio. And here's students at in assembly. That's pretty straightforward. Okay. And it looks pretty good. This would be a good place to put in a divider. I put a divider in there. I just clicked over here. Now underneath here, like I said, we'll go ahead and add another text box and paste in our text. So we pretend there's a paragraph there. And again, this could be edited. You want to have it come in a little bit on either side. You could do something like that. That might look good for a layout. Okay, now we're going to make it down here. We're going to put in a new text box. And this is going to be called HCHS links. Okay, I'm going to make this text box a little smaller so it's not so wide. I want it more centered. And I'm going to click here and go underneath and put number 1. Put Harbor Creek Community Schools. Number 2, we will put, let's add some news sites. So I'll put CNN. Number 3, I'll add a sports site. I'll put ESPN. Number 4, let's see, what else can we include here? I will put Apple. And number 5, okay, put Battle Creek Inquirer. Now, if you want to do another mix of links, that's okay. You want to pick some different sites that you think might apply or be news and information or that. There's lots of different ones that you might want to do. Now, I already did this here. Now, as you may figure, this doesn't link to anything right now. I'm first going to highlight the HCHS links. I'm going to go here, and I'm going to do a subheading. Now, that gave it a certain style, a little different look. I can also experiment with heading. Maybe I like, oops, that was the wrong thing where my cursor was. So I'm going to undo that. I'm going to highlight this here. I'm going to try heading there. Okay, I actually like that. I think I'm going to leave that one. And again, you got a bunch of options here. Now, how do you do a link for, say, Harper Creek Community Schools? Okay, here's how you do it. You first open up a new browser window and literally look up Harper Creek Community Schools. Okay, and I'm going to click there. And that is literally harpercreek.net. Except for a web address, you don't want to literally type just harpercreek.net. You want the whole thing with the HTTP, HTTP colon // and then harpercreek.net. So how do we get that? Go up here and click here. Go to edit and copy, or command copy or control copy, depending if you're on a Mac or a Windows computer. Go ahead and minimize this. Go here and now highlight Harper Creek Community Schools. Click on the little, see up here, this appears. There's an insert link button right there. Click on that. And go ahead and just paste in. On a Windows computer, Control V. Or you can go to edit and paste. On a Mac, Command V. Now notice it has http colon / www.harpercreek.net. Put another / in there for some reason, and I click apply. It's now underlined. It's now a hyperlink. Now for CNN, I'll do the same thing here. I'll just simply, now this also, for those that don't know, is a search bar. So I did a CNN. Now I'm going to highlight this. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to do this here. Highlight CNN. Click on the link. Paste it. Now I see CNN got HTTPS. A lot of sites got an S in it because they're secure. And it's got colon / That's at the beginning of every web address. Now you don't always see it or have to type it, but it's there. And we're going to do that. Now, I could go through and do the next 3, but I think you pretty much have figured out how this works. So I do want 5 external links there in a box. Okay? Now, if you're doing a Harper Creek theme, you can do like I did. If you're doing another theme, just find 5 links that go with that. So if you took a trip to the Grand Canyon, you want to find 5 links about the Grand Canyon, that'd be great. Okay? Now, what text do you type here? Put text that goes along with what the site is. So if the site says tours of the Grand Canyon, type tours of the Grand Canyon. If the type says Grand Canyon vacation tips, put Grand Canyon vacation tips. Don't put the actual address. We don't want to see in the links here, HTTPS or www.grandcanyon.com. We want to see some text that comes from the title or what the site is about. Then you highlight it, click on the link, paste in the link, which is the best way you do it. You don't want to be guessing at typing in web addresses. Good chance they won't work. Okay, so just to go back and review here a little bit. Now you notice this stayed down here. That's fine. It's in a footer. It goes on all the pages. So for the links page, it should say something links. If you're doing the Grand Canyon, do Grand Canyon links. If you're doing Harper Creek High School, you can write out Harper Creek High School or put HCHS. Now you might notice that there's also, some navigation has begun up here. Okay, and if you drag it wide, you might find your navigation. Well, actually, that'll be later. I'll explain that when we look at it on the web. So it's just looking pretty good. We got a 4-page site. Your links page should have 5 links. Should have that paragraph in there we do on every page. Should have at least 1 divider. Should have 3 pictures. Doesn't have to be laid out the same as mine. And the title, of course. Now to go back through here, I'm going to go backwards. Performing arts page. Now that's if you're doing performing arts. Now if you're doing the Grand Canyon or some other topic that you got pictures of, these don't have to be places you visited. If you have an interest in something and you want to find pictures on the web, that's fine. You should have at least 2 pictures on your 3rd page. If you're doing Harper Creek High School, do the performing arts. If you're, or if you want to do another topic, Harper Creek too. If you want to do AP classes, if you want to do whatever, if you think it's some good idea that would make sense for a page. So yeah, whatever your 3rd page is should have a couple of pictures, divider in there somewhere. Divider can go up here, it can go down here. I'm not picky where it goes. Should have your paragraph, try out some different formatting things. Your 2nd page, which if you're doing a sports page, put in at least 3 pictures on there. You want to put in captions. I didn't do captions on this one. Put in your paragraph, and of course have your title for whatever it is. And then your home page should have, I'm going to go to home here, should have the main title of the site and something about the site right here. At least one big picture on it. Now if you want to put more than one, that's fine, but at least one. And a caption and our paragraph. Now if you're doing a different topic that has nothing to do with Harper Creek High School, you can write another paragraph. You don't have to use these same 4 sentences. And if you are doing Harper Creek High School, you can write 4 slightly different sentences about the high school if you want. Then you should have an embedded YouTube video. Now that you can be one on your topic. You could be, if you're doing Harper Creek, see if you can find one from our maybe HCTV YouTube channel or somewhere like that, and have a embedded YouTube. And then we got our footer on all of our pages. That's not too hard. Okay, it's not a lot. You saw it's pretty easy to put together. We're not done yet. We got to publish this. Right now, this is not on the web. We don't have a web address to get to it because it's not on the web. But we're going to publish it. Now, you probably already have noticed there's a big blue button up here called Publish. Just click on Publish. And first thing it's going to come up with, what do you want to call the web address? Now, we'll have a default one in here. Now, if you look on the gray here, you're going to see what the web address really is going to be. It's going to have sites.google.com. It's going to be /harpercreek.net/ and then whatever you name your site. Mine says Rio, CompLit, HCHS. That's okay. I can live with that. If you want to, put some different text here, maybe you're doing Grand Canyon trip or something like that. You just can't have spaces in whatever you do there. You can have hyphens and things if you want. So when you have this here, if you want to leave it default, that's fine. Hit Publish. And it'll take a moment. Now it actually has published to the web. Okay, this is on the web right now. Now up here, I already showed you undo and redo. By the way, you can come back to this anytime, re-edit it, but every time you re-edit it, you have to click Publish. Otherwise, your new edits will not go up on the actual website. Now, if you're editing and you're not done and you want to come back tomorrow and you don't want it up on the website, don't worry about your saves on this part. This will save automatically. But anytime you're ready for your changes to be on the web, you have to click Publish. Okay? And that will, I'll demonstrate that right now. Say I go in here and you say, I don't really like CompLit. I want to make it computer literacy. Of course, I'm trying to type around a microphone, messing up. Whoop. Okay, so I just made a change. Now, if I'm going to make other changes and I don't want to put that on the website right now, out on the web, no problem. I can just come back, do my other changes later, and then republish it. Now, if I don't make changes on the web, it's still on the web, the version from before. It just doesn't have my little fix I just did. But say that's all I want to do, and I just want this to be on the website. I come up here, I click Publish. This comes up. It shows me a draft, and it shows me what's currently published. So this is the edit I did. This is what's already out there. So I click up here and I hit Publish, and it updates my site. So now I got my changes made. So a lot of you are saying now, where is this on the web? Well, you can go up here. This is one of the places you can go if you don't remember what your address is. And it says Copy Publish Site Link. So you click that, and there is your site. So you can click Copy Link. I'm going to open up a new window. I'm going to click up here and paste that in. There it is right here. This is the actual really on the web website. Now, depending on the device I'm on, because this will reformat a little bit, depending if you're on a computer or on a phone or on a tablet, which is really nice because it'll make it look good on any of those. I can see my navigation up here. Now, some of you are saying, Mr. Rio, your navigation's not there. It's over on the left. Okay, let me show you. If I make my window wider at some point, okay, maybe that's not going to apply here. But there's another site I made where when my window got wider, it put navigation over on the left. So that may happen. It may not. Either way, you should have some navigation showing on your site. Now, some of you may have a little different layout. It might look a little different. Now, since this is the actual website, this is really on the web right now, and I'll share this link too in the lesson. You can click here and go to any of my pages and click here and so forth. And you can share that link with anyone. It's really on the web. Now, there are things you can do. One thing I did not really go into here, I'm going to minimize this here. So I'm back to the edited version. There's a few things I didn't talk about. First of all, you can share this with others as far as editing goes, just like you can with a Google Doc or Google Slides. So if you want to have someone else edit it with you and they're not with you, you can send them the link. If you go into settings, if you go in navigation, they have some options here. I'm not going to go through all these options for a first-time lesson, but there are a bunch of options in here. Okay? And if you're concerned about that, you can look through there. Okay, like I said, this is an introduction. There's a lot more to this than I covered today. But you make a simple website. It should be fun. It's useful. You can make a site about anything you want for free. And then how you're going to submit this. Well, first I'm going to need your link. So as soon as you get your link, that'd probably be a good idea to go to your site and bookmark it. So when you're at your site, go ahead and bookmark it, and then you can find it easily. There's Rio CompLit site. Okay, I'm going to put 2020 there so I know, whoops. And I'm going to organize it. On my bookmarks, I have a folder called Harbor Creek stuff. So I'll put it in there. Now if I need to go to my Harbor Creek stuff, which is right here, and then there it is right there. Whoops. I'm in a hurry and I keep losing it. There it is right there. So I can come to it anytime I want. Now, when I got the link, also when you're actually at the site, you can click up here and do a copy also. Now, when you go to submit it on Google Classroom, go to Classroom. I'll just go to the second block class. Now, I'm not in a student view, so I cannot, unfortunately, do the same thing as you. But go under Classwork. I did not put it yet under here, but it'll be under Internet and Google. It'll be Google Site. I'll be adding that here momentarily. Then when you are in one, I'll go with this week's assignment. And when you go to turn it in, there will be a, create whatever, click to turn in. Click create or add, I believe. And then you're going to click link. There's an option called link. And you can, when that comes up, box or whatever it is, you can paste it into there. You can also put in a Google Doc, paste it in, and submit the Google Doc. You can also, if you run into a bind or you're having trouble, just email it to me, riom@harpercreek.net. So that's a lot we just covered there. Now you might say, how do I get back to this? Like, what if I close everything out, Mr. Rio, and got everything closed? Okay, now I'm coming back tomorrow or something to work on this. How do I find my Google site again? Yeah, a couple of things you can do. First of all, if you just go back like we did first today to Google, and you're logged in with your school email, just go back to the little waffle here, go back to Sites, and if you're not in the new one, go ahead and click for the new one, because that's where you should be in. And I have a bunch of them here because I've made other ones, but hey, it should be right there. You just double click, and you are back in business. Now you can also go into your Google Drive, and you should be able to find it in there too. Okay, It's under Google Sites. It's stored in your Google Drive. And when you open it up, you're just back in business to edit whatever you want to edit. And as you make changes, when you're all done for that day, click Publish, and that will update them. So there's a crash introduction to Google Sites. This should be a fun project. And then this is our last project. So good luck with everything. We covered essential skills this last 6 weeks. Hopefully you found them quite useful. They are useful skills you'll be using in the future. And once you got this submitted and you got everything else done and caught up, then you are done for the school year. So I wish everyone a great summer. It's a weird year, but we'll make the best of it. I look forward to see a lot of you or all of you back in the fall. And wherever we are, however we meet. But hopefully the day will come we're all back to normal in our lab where we'd like to be. So take care. Good luck with this project. Have fun with it. And you can use this for any websites you want to make. So it's a great tool. Have a great summer.